chased the days away. Yeah, away. Why listen to what they say? Save yourself for another day. This one's coming, it's gone to the wind again. Yeah, again. Again. Just listen and make amends. You've been down for as long as you've ever been. This way's up, but you're down again. It's just like you to pull off what you thought you couldn't think today. The lost stranger, the wonder familiar face, broken hearts made of pieces that shake. I've had one too many of them. So now we just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right.
I wanna come again. I wanna be so high in your eyes. I wanna disappear inside you and be alright tonight. You say your medicine is all that I require, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. the truth. If you need me, well, I need me too. Let's go. What a day. Evidence is found in my denial, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. It's true, I've been dreaming of you. Nothing I take can help me escape the truth. The way I behave always gets in the way. Nothing I take my reputation away. If you need me, well, I need me too. Dude, what a song. I always love that song. I can sing so much better now. I wish I could sing this good when I recorded that song back in the day. But, you know, I mean, day late, dollar short, here we are. Boom! Paint away, day and night, 6 hearts, hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah, 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 yeah. After you, I'm afraid I'm feeling some too soon. Cling to what you're given. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on! Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Hey, dude, let's go. Dude, that song is called Drown, right? That song is, I mean, briefly, I will say that, so when I decided to do a one-man band, I'll give you a 2-minute story here. I was recording an album with my band Number 3 Breakdown at Jackpot Studios with Larry Crane. And he is like a really well-known like producer up here who recorded a bunch of the local indie music. He like recorded Elliott Smith's first couple albums, right? Larry Crane was like the bomb. And So I was in the studio I had spent all the money I had, $7,000, right? This was in 2002. Okay. I spent $7,000 in 2002 to record this album. And like, I was having trouble writing the lyrics. And I realized I didn't want to be in that band, even though we were kind of popular. We had managers. And so I just quit. I quit the band. I pulled the plug on the album and I just threw $7,000 worth of recordings in the trash and was like, I'm done. I'm going solo. And then I started The Wanteds, my one-man indie rock project, and Drown was one of the first songs I recorded with that thick electronic drum sound. And I recorded a 3-song demo. And then I went down to Medford and I played this battle of the bands and like played some songs acoustic on the radio down there. And like a room full of kids that had never seen me play as a one-man band just went ape shit. They bought all the burned CDs I made. They bought all the t-shirts I had. And that's what made me come home from that battle of the bands and record the solo album, Let Go Afterglow. And so I did. I came back and I spent a year making that record. And then I toured for like 2 years. And that was right around the time that like Bryce was born. And like all this chaos ensued. But it was recording Drown and a couple other songs and going down to Medford and doing this battle of the bands that inspired me to make a whole album. And you know, it's pretty crazy. Dude, the Watch Bar, let's go, dude. Jake was there. Jake was like, I was working with Jake. The Watch Bar, he and I worked together at a bar, a crusty old bar around that time. But dude, it was life-changing. And I mean, you know, the music thing didn't work out, but, you know, I got to see the whole country and I made some great records. I made Let Go Afterglow, which was amazing. And then I put together a band version. We recorded Failure Looks So Good live to 2-inch tape. And Loop Daddy, no, I didn't do loops. I used a laptop and had like some prearranged prearranged drum and bass tracks. And then I played keyboard and guitar with that. I was not into the looping shit. Looping shit was too complicated. I was too messy for that shit. But it was cool, man. It was cool. Dude, Elf! No way, dude! Oh, shit, Elf! Oh, going crazy, dude! Dude, Paula! I think Paula has something to say about that, Elf. Dude, no way, dude. Elf said, I've been there because my parents said, go fuck up. Dude, all right, let's go. Dude, 8-tracks were cool. Dude, who had an 8-track? Dude, I just bought Bryce an 8-track for I love you too, Jake. I just bought Bryce an 8-track for his birthday, right? He just turned 21 and I bought him this Tascam 8-track. Right? Me, you, yeah, you, Jake. Dude, let's go. Dude, Elf, thank you, boss. You're crazy. Let's go. Tingle Bitties! Yeah, I just bought him a Tascam digital 8-track for his birthday, 21st birthday. Let's go. All right, here we are, guys. Here we are. We're in the land of fucking bullshit. Urban Cowboy. All right, dude. Oh, you're talking 8-track player. I'm talking about a digital 8-track recorder. Dude, I did have some old 8-tracks. I had the Eagles, Hotel California. I had fucking Black Sabbath, the one with Iron Man with the guy with the sword on the front. I had, you know what else I had on an 8-track recorder, 8-track as a kid? I had the entire Star Wars movie, right? It was the movie, but it was all the audio, the dialogue, the music, the sound effects. So you could put it in and I could close my eyes and just see the movie in my head. But it was the whole fucking, right? It was the whole fucking thing. The whole movie. It was amazing. Paranoid. Yes. Thank you. And no, I had a Tascam 4-track cassette when I was younger. The thing I bought Bryce is a digital recorder with 8 channels. And it's like really nice, dude. It's crazy. They're discontinued in America. So like it came with like a UK plug. I didn't know he had to get an adapter. I bought another power supply that's like getting there tomorrow because I didn't realize they don't make them anymore in the US. Dude, it's amazing though. It's like a really nice digital 8-track player. You like the thumbnail? Let's go. Dude, I like that. Let's go, dude. Recording on the 4-track up above Clay's. Dude, I remember up above Clay's, man. Me and Logan, Jesus. What a disaster that was. Dude, I lived above this barbecue restaurant at the height of my cocaine addiction with another guy who was a drug addict. And like, dude, we lived in this gnarly apartment, like behind and above this restaurant. It was a disaster. Dude, Elf, let's go. Pretty sure that nobody knows about vinyl anymore. Oh, dude, by the way, nope, that's not true. I have a record player upstairs. Bryce left me a record player, right? And he did. He left me a record player, and Bryce is like really into vinyl. He is, dude. He's really into vinyl. Dude, I gave Bryce my original record collection, which included like OG Kiss albums, you know, like the first 3 Kiss records in a 3-album set. That is insane, right? Did I dream in barbecue? I did not dream in barbecue. I did, however, though, there had been like security cameras in the corner, and I did, however, get so whacked out on drugs that I thought the security cameras were still working, and I thought everybody at the bar I worked at was watching me on the TV sets. Dude, I was like, gone, bro. I was gone. Oh my God. I forgot that, Jake, that you came over and played some drums on the recording. Dude, I had forgotten about that with the click track. Yeah, no, I lost my mind though in that barbecue in that apartment. Like we had our power go out, and at one point we were like doing drugs by like candlelight, and Bryce's mom would come by every morning, like with Bryce in a stroller, and she would knock on the door and make sure I was still alive. Dude, it was not a good scene, guys. But I did get sober, and you know, in a couple weeks, in a month, I'll be 19 years sober, boss. So I survived it, but I definitely hit like rock bottom in that establishment, in that apartment, right? Oh shit. Let's go. But 19 years, dude. Let's go. I'm glad I got out of that. Yeah, on June 6th, it'll be 19 years. Let's go, baby. Fucking killing it. Right? Write a book? Yeah, no, I do want to write a book. I would love to. I wish I could make some like money. I would like to get a place in New York City and go write a book in New York City. Right? That's what I'd like to do. Double bicep pose. Let's go, dude. You like my Second Amendment? Second Amendment in the house. Dude, Elf, you are crazy, dude. Dude, Elf is like the quarterback. Right? Curious on your take. So, I mean, citizens, I don't really have a take on marijuana and recovery. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, for me, my recovery had to be like all of it gone, and you know, it was 12 steps, and then it was a lot of therapy and EMDR, and you know, like significant life changing. But I mean, for me, it's like, you know, if it works for you, I don't really have an issue with it. I don't think there's any one way to skin a cat, you know? I mean, but for me, like, I have to be like sober, but I know a lot of people, you know, if some guy's like, you know, gets off heroin and he's like smoking marijuana every day, I think that's fine. Like, dude, you know, better to be, right? I just, you know, as long as there's longevity to it, you know, as long as it doesn't lead him back the other way. But I think, you know, there's like everybody sort of does it different, right? Yeah, that is definitely like Long Beach sober right there, dude, right? The marijuana, dude, that is fucking Tupac sober, right? Dude, Tiana, no way, Tiana, let's go. Oh, Paula's got something to say. Sakatara. Don't skin cats. All right. Yeah, no, we won't. That's just an expression, guys. That's an expression. But like for me, you know, I'm not really a hard ass on how people want to do it. I will say this, you know, if my kid was getting sober and, you know, he's not like all fucked up like I was, but if my kid was getting sober and he was doing the marijuana sober, I would probably say, like, you know, you should, like, you think that's a good idea? Are you cool with that? I would probably probe him about it and suggest that maybe he go the full 9 yards. But again, though, if it works for people, like, you can't really argue with it, you know? I mean, and maybe it's a stopgap, right? Like maybe you do that for a little while. But I think there is something to be said for like no substances. But, you know, everybody like does their thing, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think people, they're all going to find their own path. Dude, microdosing is great. That shit is really good, right? But giving up booze, yeah. And I mean, I know some people, though, that have just been stoners. I think, guys, you ready? If there was one drug you were going to do and you just couldn't get rid of them all, I think marijuana is the like chillest, right? You know, because people don't smoke marijuana and do domestic violence or really get into fights and shit. You know, it's way less dangerous than alcohol is, you know what I mean? But I think whatever really works for you, you know what I'm saying? I think whatever works for people is like cool, you know? It was a drug. Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, dude, I think whatevs, right? I think whatevs, you know, that's my thing. I'm not too much of a hardliner, you know, I'm not, but we'll see. We'll see, boss. You know, I think getting off hard drugs though, and not drinking alcohol is you have a significantly better life if you're not drinking alcohol. If you're abusing that shit. If you can go out and have a couple drinks and get buzzed, that's great. Like I had this drummer once, right? The drummer trying to think, the drummer who played, when did he, I don't think he played on any of the recordings, but I had this drummer once who we would go out on tour and he would have like one hot toddy and he would get all buzzed. And then it'd be like, you want me to get you another drink? And he'd be like, no, man, I'm good. And he liked getting buzzed, but he didn't want to get out of control. And I thought that was so admirable. I was enamored just watching him like, dude, you're so cool that you will go out and you'll get like a good buzz on and then you don't want to get out of control. So you just chill out. Whereas like for me, dude, I just always wanted to be wrecked. I wanted to be wrecked. And when I was wrecked, I wanted to be more wrecked. Right. And then I would like make a shambles of my life and I wish I had never done it. Dude, I was just a disaster, you know, but I love people who can just, you know, chill. Right? There's many ways. Right? Many ways. But for me, it's got to be all or nothing. And in fact, I every once in a while, I want to smoke a Newport. I want to smoke a cigarette, but I don't. And I think I could probably smoke one, but I don't even want to risk it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to start smoking cigarettes again, and I don't want to risk cigarette smoking taking me back to the other shit. So whenever I get that feeling of like, ooh, I kind of want to do that, I just, whatever, toy with it for a while, romanticize it, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll take a rain check on that, right? I'll take a rain check. If I found out I had like a terminal illness and I was going to die in a couple months, I would probably smoke a Newport. I would probably be like, fuck it. I'm going to have one Newport if I'm already dying anyway. Right? You know what I mean? If I found out I was dying, I might smoke one cigarette, just a final hurrah, right? Say goodbye to the planet, dude, with a Newport. Why only one? Just because, I don't want to be too messed up. Right? Have a whole pack? No, dude. Just to relive that original high, dude. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I would just go without it. It's hard to tell. But sometimes I want a fucking cigarette. Sometimes, baby. Hold on one sec. Fucking. All righty. Let's go. Dude, nothing worse than a Newport ashtray. Dude, I loved Newports. I did. All right. So, overview, guys. We have some interesting shit today. Okay. We are going to look at, let me see. Hold on. Let me look at the thing. Dude, we got to look at the Tucker shit. Okay. Like, I want to look at that Roe Vegas thing where he's talking to people about grocery prices. We do have to look at MAGA and TPUSA. There was a great Karen-ing going on. Okay. There is, the latest chapter of TPUSA, Can I Speak to Everyone's Manager, is going on. So I want to look at that. But I think that the Tucker Carlson thing is amazing. Okay. And can we just start with the Tucker? Because, dude, Tucker is so phony. And we know we've been watching the shit with Cenk Uygur, remember Cenk and Ryan Grimm, talking about Tucker and, they think he's just such a populist, great. Well, the New York Times just decimated Tucker. Okay. They decimated him. And watch this, guys. This is amazing. All right. I got it bookmarked here. Where is it? It's right here. Okay. This is incredible. So there's a New York Times video with Tucker Carlson. Okay. Hold on here. Right. Tucker Carlson, New York Times vid. Oh, dude, I hate that it won't fucking remove. I get so OCD. I just want that. I want that little bit of fucking white to disappear. But I guess it's not going to. Oh, there it was. Right, dude, how OCD am I? All right. So, dude, what I think is significant about this is we know that Tucker is reinventing himself. All right. He is trying to capitalize on Donald Trump's failures with the war and with the neglect of the average person's plight, all the corruption, right? He is trying to capitalize on all that and to carve out a space for himself as like the trustable, trustworthy, middle of the road guy, the real common sense realist, the right-wing populist, if you will. Dude, Elf, you are insane, bro. Elf says, I don't know how to be a father. And I truly love how you are as a father. Dude, Elf, thank you, boss. Dude, I love how you are as a fucking supporter, bro. Dude, let's fucking go. I'll keep being the father. You keep being the supporter. Let's go, dude. Are you having a kid? Or are you guys thinking about having a kid? Dude, Paula. Hey! Sakatara, sakatara. Tingle bitties! Hey! Let's go. Oh, shit. Now, anyway, back to my train of thought. Seriously, though, thank you, Elf. You were fucking crazy, dude. Thank you so much, man. So, the thing about Tucker, he's reinventing, he's trying to, like, win himself anew, and he has these supporters like Anna and Cenk that are trying to find this middle ground with him. And they're saying, oh, he's against genocide. Oh, he's against, the IDF and Benjamin Netanyahu. He's anti-Israel. And he's really like America first. And he really is a real populism. He agrees with the lefties. But guys, it's all bullshit. Okay, Tucker knew Trump was lying. He knew he was an insurrectionist. He knew he was a corrupt cheater. And he helped him win anyway after J6. He knew, he admitted in his text messages that Trump was full of shit, but he still worked for him to get elected. And now he's trying to find an off-ramp and get out, becoming like the king of like real populism and all this shit. But the New York Times here just guts him and shows that he's a liar. He's a liar. He's somebody who just, says the craziest shit to try and make a point, and then he lies about it. Okay? And watch this. You ready? This is beautiful. Here we go.
You've been talking on your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show, the day after Easter, you noted he did not put his hand on the Bible during his swearing-in ceremony as president. You said, and I'm quoting, maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And then on a recent show, you went further saying, here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the Antichrist?
Here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist? Well, who knows?
Oh!
I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because I'm not sure I fully understand what the Antichrist is. If there's just one, I actually tried to understand it. I may have said some are asking that. I'm not weighing in on that because I don't understand it.
Dude, what a fucking bullshit artist. Okay?
Could this be?
What a bullshit artist. He is such a liar. Now, guys, I want to point something out to you. Okay? Look at this area between his eyes. You see this little crinkled area there? Look at this whole interview. Look at the whole interview, how he's got that crinkled area there. You see that? You see that? That like, he's like play acting concern. You see, I'm doing it right now. You see it on my head? Oh, like I'm so concerned. Like, man, look, you see my head? You see what I'm doing? I'm doing it. There's the Tucker boss. He is like playing this shit up, bro. The whole time. He's just always fake. He's just always fake and furrowing and I'm so concerned and I'm really a populist. I don't understand the Antichrist, right? The Antichrist is just it's so unknowable, right? And a demon attacked me in my bed. And the Antichrist is unknowable. And I am just so pious and so trustworthy. Please send money. Dude, what a fake motherfucker, bro. All right, Natalie's got a fucking tweet here. This is 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽 replying to this. All right, let's see what Mehdi said, okay? Because, guys, I did this too, okay? Cenk didn't reply to me, but I did, in fact, reply to this, and I tagged 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽, okay? Mine was right here. I said, never forget that Tucker Carlson knew Trump was a liar and grifter, RE 2020, and he helped him win anyway. Tucker is scum. Now that Trump is unpopular, Tucker wants to win disaffected MAGA for political power. If you buy into this, 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽, you're a moron, okay? Right? Dude, because it's true. It's true. Like, he's a con artist, okay? He's conning us the way he conned his viewers on Fox and the way he was conning Trump by, going along with him, but not really believing it, but doing it just to help him get elected. Let's see what Mehdi says. So Mehdi Hasan says, hey, 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽 and other fellow anti-war leftists, I get the desire to ally with anti-war rightists in this moment, but this is one of the many, many reasons I still have issues with Carlson. He lies so easily and casually and demonstrably. That is so well put. He lies easily, casually, and demonstrably. That is so well put, right? Because that's what he does. He lies without care, okay? He lies, left, right, and center, all over the map, and you can find many occurrences of him lying. Okay, what has Cenk said? Cenk says, Mehdi, I genuinely don't understand why you think in this binary way that in order to be allies with someone on an issue, you have to vouch for that person in their entirety in every policy position they have. No, you just have to be an ally on that issue. But whoa. So, but what does that mean, dude? Be an ally on that issue? That's meaningless. Who cares if you're an ally on that issue? Because are you going to vote for this guy? Are you going to help him run for office? Is he helping you run for office? Is he raising money? What's the benefit of being an ally with Tucker Carlson on one issue? And if you know he's demonstrably and always lying, how do you even know he agrees with you? There's a really good chance that he doesn't even agree with you on that fucking issue, okay? You don't know if he's lying. Martin Luther King became allies with Lyndon Johnson, who was often viciously racist behind the scenes and got countless people killed in Vietnam. Should King have canceled Johnson instead of working with him to pass the Civil Rights Act? Yeah, but dude, Johnson was a fucking vice president and then president, okay? Tucker is not the president. Tucker is not... Tucker can't help you pass any legislation. What a fucking illegitimate comparison, right? I mean, he's kind of outing the fact that he's going to try and get Tucker elected. I tell you what, guys, you ready? Hear me out on this. If Lyndon Johnson, the racist, had not been in power, if Lyndon Johnson had been a presidential candidate, MLK would not have united with the racist presidential candidate if he had said, oh, I'm going to help you. There's no fucking way MLK would have done that. MLK only worked with him because he had no choice, because he was the fucking president. Dude, 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽's comparisons are so bad, dude. He is so disingenuous. 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽 might be one of the most dishonest people in the entire political fucking realm. As far as anyone on the left, I don't think there is anybody left of center that is more scuzzy and more disingenuous and just an absolute fucking debasing liar than 𝗏𝗙𝗃𝗽 is. I'm sorry, Cenk. Hold on. We got a call coming in. Yeah. No, I know. I know, Cenk Uygur, dude, yes, absolutely. He is a total degenerate liar. Oh, Jesus. Dude, you don't have to. Whoa. Dude, the caller's making fun of Cenk's weight and saying that homie couldn't get laid in a brothel. Dude, that's kind of harsh. And something about the stubby legs. Oh, shit, dude. Cenk, you're getting burned. Dude, Kermit phone is just running your big-ass undies up the flagpole, dude. It is like a tent and awning sale. Oh, all right, thank you. Fuck you, Cenk. Dude. Oh, shit. Hey, man, it wasn't me, dude. That was the Kermit phone, dude. Once Kermit phone comes in, bro, I just take the calls, dude. Oh. All right. If your house is on fire and someone comes with a hose, you don't ask him about what his policy is on the carried interest loophole. You thank him for the help. If you hadn't noticed, Israel lit her house on fire. Hold on one sec. Hold on, here we go. I got to make it fit in one tweet. Oh shit, where's my shit? Okay. Here we go. You like how I added the smarmy? Dude, I think that is a fucking good one too, dude. You're so smarmy. Because that's the truth, man. It is such a disingenuous comparison. Because the basis of Cenk's, like, Tucker love is that Tucker is helping us. But, like, Tucker is not helping us, guys. Tucker is the same way that Tucker lied through his teeth in 2021 through 2024. Tucker lied through his teeth to help Trump get back into power so we could be in this mess. Now Tucker is lying through his teeth trying to set up his own presidential run in order to try and get into the same power. Okay, but he's not trustworthy. He is a liar with fake furrowed brow. Like, the whole thing is just a con, dude. It is just a con. He can go bang that demon at the truck stop. Dude, wait a sec. When somebody just said Tucker can go bang that demon at the truck stop, and guys, I'm wondering, are you talking, when you say banging the demon at the truck stop, are you talking about this demon? Dude, is this the demon of which you're speaking? Is he gonna go bang her? Oh shit, dude. Lot lizard. Let's go. Woo! Dude. Dude. Guys, I know that Nancy Mace is crazy, but I would do it. I would do it. I would. I have to admit, I would do it. I would brave the crazy waters just to see what it was like. I would hate myself afterwards, but I would. She is in her pajamas. Dude, she drove in a van to Washington for some vote, right? And she made pajama content the whole way. Right? I mean, she's crazy, dude. The crazy ones are always interesting. She would wear that scarlet letter again. Dude, Elfinator said, I'm not going anywhere near the... Dude, Elf, let's go. All right. I mean, I get it. But dude, for me, I explore it all, dude. I do. Nothing is fucking, nothing is left unexplored. I have issues. I do. I have issues. I admit it. All right. The crazy ones, dude. Oh, shit. Let's go. You got to take one for the team. If it ever happens, I will report back. Okay, dude, everybody. Dude, I'm going to lose all my fan base right now. It's going to disappear. Dude, she is a nut. She'll eat my soul. Dude, unsubbing. Yep, there it goes. Everybody's leaving. All right. So at the end of the day, though, guys, it is just that you cannot trust Tucker. Okay, that's the thing. Was that Mr. Noam in those PJs? Oh, shit. Dude, I wonder if Mr. Noam has been in Nancy Mace's PJs. It's possible. But let me just say that the operative thing about Tucker is simply that he is not trustworthy. Okay? He is not trustworthy. Oh, what do we got? We got him afterwards? All right, let's see what he says after it. Okay? Let me see here. So Mehdi Hasan is becoming one of the biggest disappointments on Palestine-Israel, right? He's being praised and aligned with Laura Loomer. Give me a break. Used it to attack Tucker and Cenk. Who is this person? Dude, this person, what a clown this person is, right? Tucker apologized for the Antichrist comment. All right. This is the Antichrist comment? Is this the apology? Where's the apology here?
Want to make the point that you did say, could this be the Antichrist? And then you said, well, who knows? You did use those words. So,
man, then my apologies to you if there's video of me saying that. I guess what I'm expressing to you is it doesn't reflect exactly how I feel. That suggests a precision that I haven't arrived at. Trump is the Antichrist. Well, you'd have to define, I mean, we're sort of quibbling here, but you'd have to define Antichrist, and I know that I can't define Antichrist, and it's not clearly defined in the New Testament or Old Testament.
So you're open to the possibility?
I think what we're seeing is evil. Like, are you allowed to kill people who've committed no crime? No. Super simple. You're not allowed to do that. Under no moral standard is that allowable. All of a sudden it's allowable. It's allowable in Gaza, and our leaders are like, yeah, no, it's just totally fine. It's not fine. But it's repugnant to the Christian understanding of the world and the human soul. Every person has a soul. That's the Christian view, and not just the Christian view. It's the Islamic view too.
Oh, now he's defending Islam, dude.
And it's my view.
Dude, what a disingenuous fucking geek, dude. Dude, that, like, what a disingenuous fucking, like, person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, that clip right there just doesn't... Tucker looks even worse after that clip. And the guy who is saying right there that whatever person who's like all mad at Mehdi Hasan and saying, Tucker, apologize. Dude, give me a fucking break, dude. Dude, Tucker is a clown, bro. He is a clown, dude. What a con man, bro. You know, what an absolute fucking con man. He is. That's just it, guys. When you, I don't see the thing about Tucker Carlson, and then we're going to move on, all right? Because fuck this guy. But the thing about Tucker Carlson that makes him forever, he is forever inadmissible. He is forever a scoundrel because it wasn't like he supported Trump and he got him in office and then he discovered Trump was bad and now he's having second thoughts. He knew Trump was lying about 2020. He knew Trump was an insurrectionist. He knew Trump was an adulterous scumbag who was deeply connected to Epstein. He knew all of it. And despite knowing how degenerate and fake and fraudulent and lying and conniving Trump was, he helped him get into office again after a $787 million judgment, losing his job, right? He went all in on Trump, knowing it was bullshit. And now he is only pretending to like be this, oh, I support Islam. Oh, I support the Jewish people and the Christians and forget the genocide. I can't stand the IDF. He is only doing that to try and get power. Okay? He wants to be Trump. All right? That's it. You know, you realize now that a lot of his animosity towards Trump was probably based on jealousy. He probably wanted to be Trump the whole time, right? I bet that's why he helped him get into power, became the good guy, became the dutiful backer. He was probably playing the grift the whole time, just jealous as shit that Trump was able to eke his way into that kind of political power, you know? And I mean, Trump could only do that because the Republicans are feckless, incompetent losers. Okay, that's it. That's it. And most of their, you know, followers, most of their voters are brain dead hillbillies. Okay, that's how Trump was able to do it. Be a reality TV star, join the party of feckless, incompetent idiots, and then fucking, you know, have your entire voter base be inbred hicks. Hillbilly elegy. Dude, let's go. All right, there's another one. 𝗙𝗪cie𝗶𝗹𝗀. What did Anna say? Anna said, Mehdi, can we just please put the partisan games away for 1 second and realize we need new members of both sides to fight this fight? I'm genuinely asking politely and sincerely. He's constantly under fire for exposing the truth about our relationship with Israel. You don't have to sleep with him. You don't have to love him or even like him. But please don't join forces with Zionists to bury him on this issue. He's right on Israel. We should encourage that. But like, dude, what the fuck is she fucking doing? Like, what is he gonna do? He joins you. He's right on Israel. What is he gonna do, Anna? You're trying to get him into political power. Dude, like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna go meet with Netanyahu and fucking talk him up into, like, quitting? Like, give me a fucking break. You right? She's like, don't bury him. That's what she is. They don't want to bury him because they want him to be president because they're getting paid, okay? They're getting paid. They really are, guys. Hold on, I can't reply to Anna because she blocked me. But I am going to tweet about these guys. Blocked by Anna? Yeah, she blocked me because I called her out for the happy merchant. Oh, I can tag her. There we go. Dude, what clowns they are, guys. They are such clowns. Seriously. She looked exactly like the happy merchant. Oh, dude, she was doing the happy merchant. She was absolutely doing it. Like, I'm telling you guys, I think the Tucker, to me, the Cenk, Anna, and Tucker sort of triumvirate, it makes sense to me, the triangle of Tucker, Cenk, and Anna, because I feel that Cenk and Anna have both gone into, like, their feet are dipped into the anti-Semitic pool. Okay? They are so Israel on the brain, and they are so anti-Israel that they've forgotten about, like, being pro-Palestinian, and they're simply with anybody who's anti-Israel. So they are, right? They are fucking, like, you know, they are, like, partnering up with, like, the 𝗲𝗍𝗄𝗧, essentially, in order to just, right? In order to just be, like, filled with hatred for Israel. That's the reality. They've like jumped the shark. And this is why they can't commune with, you know, the people that are anti-Israel, like 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗀 and Kyle, or fucking, you know, Emma Vigeland or Francesca or Sam Cedar. Because all of those people, Crystal, Kyle, Emma, Francesca, and Sam Cedar, they are all anti the fucking Zionist government, but they are, like, pro-Palestinian. They are still, like, in the realm of, you know, not being these crazy anti-Semitic goons. And Cenk and Anna are just, like, anti-Israel, anti-Israel, anti-Israel. They don't even talk about the Palestinian people. The only time Cenk even mentions them is when he's freaking out and sweating and spitting, and he, like, tries to claim he's a Muslim who's being, like, persecuted or some shit. Okay? And he went off on everybody? Did he? Did he go off on them? Dude, fuck those guys. They are. They have dipped into, they have gone into the anti-Semitic fold. I'm telling you, they're going to be America firsters. They are. Dude, I don't know how dude, I don't know how Anna got there. I know how Cenk got there. Like, Cenk was a Republican, and he's always had a Republican insides. And, you know, he just got mad at George Bush and, you know, about the lie about the war. And it's crazy, too, because now he's, like, aligned with somebody who is a liar like George Bush, right? You know, but he is just so, you know, he's such a scoundrel. I don't know how Anna, I'll be honest, I don't know how Anna fucking crashed out like that. It may be the guy she married. Like maybe it became a relational thing or something. But because she used to be like pretty like rabidly left, you know, and argumentatively so, aggressively so. Okay. And dude, she's really changed. Like I feel like Cenk is the same guy he was, you know, before he became TYT. But she though, she definitely changed. Okay. They already are America first. They are. Scoundrels, though. They're scoundrels. Dude, it is sad. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell people, right? Yeah, you're right. They don't care about the victims of colonialism or imperialism. They don't. They are just trying to be, you know, they are trying to align themselves. I'll put Anna and Cenk into one phrase, okay? I think I can describe them in one sentence. They are trying to align themselves with any viable political power that allows them to equally crash both parties. That's what they're doing. They are any viable political power that allows them to shit on both parties and to claim separation from both parties. They will hitch. Okay? They hitched to Bernie. Now they're hitching to Tucker. But they've burned both party bridges. And that is called a parasite. That's true. They are parasites. They are, dude. The good old days, the Ottoman Empire. Dude, you know the only Ottoman Empire, I'm going to tell you right now, the only Ottoman Empire you're going to see from Cenk Uygur, boss, is this one right here, dude. That's it. That's the only Ottoman you're going to see from fucking Cenk Uygur. Dude, that's it. Right? That's the only Ottoman, Cenk Uygur. He knows how to use that one, dude. That one he is a pro at. Oh, Lord. All right, you ready? We're going to move on. Thank you, Cenk. Thank you, Anna, for being fucking clowns. We appreciate you guys. All right? We are going to look. We have to look at that later. We're going to look at that. I do want to look at this Khanna thing. Okay? You ready? I want to look at this Khanna. Is that JD's baby? Oh, geez. Dude. Yeah, dude. Well, she definitely got radicalized. Anna did by the homeless thing. And then I think you what I've discovered is there are some leftists who just didn't really believe in transgender rights. And so the minute trans rights became a thing, some leftists like ended up defecting because you found out that they were really anti-trans. They were fine with trans people as long as they were not visible. But as soon as trans people and their rights and their right to exist and their right to be, you know, treated not like fucking, you know, lepers, as soon as that shit showed up, you started seeing some of these leftists that are like, ooh, right? You're not really a leftist. You're not really. And I'm going to one up with Anna. I think when there's that type of bigotry, you know there's others, right? Like you're kind of seeing with Anna, she's anti-trans. She's got a little of the anti-Semitism going. She's got a little bit of she's got a little misogyny to her too, even though she's like supposedly a feminist. She's kind of misogynist to other women. I mean, she did have the celebrity camel toes and all that. right? Way back in the day, but she does. If you look at the way she treats other women that are not her, there is that little misogyny where she thinks that she, she sort of like thinks women are like second rate, I don't know, man. I just see some of that. Dude, yeah, you know what's so funny though, too? Her man ain't handling business. You know what's crazy though, guys? With the birthing person, is nobody ever said birthing person to her. Nobody ever said that to her. She never got called a birthing person. That was like some, Lance from the Surfs looked that up. That was like some obscure thing from like an article in the UK or whatever. And some people heard it and were like, oh yeah, that's actually a cool term. And then she went berserk with it. But she never went to a doctor, and nobody ever called her a birthing person. Nobody ever said you're a birthing person. Nobody even uses that term. It's written on some like literature, probably in a pamphlet in a fucking office somewhere. But she like latched onto that as like, aha, this is my excuse. And you know what it reminds me of, guys? There's a thing that these internal right-wingers do, okay? And what do I mean by internal right-wingers? I think some people are just internally right-wing. They have some bigotry. They have some shit they haven't explored, and then it needs to get triggered. Whether it's, right? Some events happen and the right-wing trigger comes up, and then they start converting. But they always like to say that, like, you forced me to leave the Democratic Party. You made me leave the left, right? That's what they say. They never say, I just discovered I'm really a right-winger, and so I align more with these people. They're like, no, you guys carried it too far. You guys were too demanding or too critical or too exclusionary, so therefore you sent me over to hang out with the Nazis and the 𝗲𝗍𝗄𝗧 and the KKK and all that, right? Like, it's not because I really belong over there. It's like you gave me no choice. And that alone, that lack of personal accountability and that alone of like, you made me do this is like the biggest right-wing thing out there. You made me do it. You made me, right? That's what they're doing right now with the maps. You're making us gerrymander because you gerrymandered, right? Oh, because you said transgender people should be able to play sports. Now you're making me go hang out with the gripers. Dude, it is toxic. But yeah, man, dude, she got like gnarly quick. But all right, you ready? Let's look at Khanna. Okay, this is an interesting video. I guess I haven't watched it, but so Khanna decided to go to a Vegas grocery store and to talk to people about high prices because we are in this weird limbo where Donald Trump keeps telling us, dude, prices are going down. Prices are down. Oh, prices are down. Oh, gas is down. Oh, Joe Biden was crooked and sleepy. Oh, I shit my pants. Oh, help. Smooth brains. Dude, smooth brains. Dude, I love that term. All right, you ready? Let's watch Ro out here. Dude, look at him, dude. Look at him looking all casual. Dude, Ro's out here with his tight little polo on. He's got a little gut. I didn't know he had a little gut. He's got a little gut. He's out in the Vegas parking lot hanging out with the plebes. All right, you ready? Let's check him out.
It's beautiful, man. It's a black community, man.
I love it.
I've been coming to the market since I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. I'm 49 now.
Hi, I'm Khanna. Good to see you.
I know Khanna. I'm from California. So what are you doing out here in?
We were just going around the grocery store seeing how much the prices have gone up. Have you noticed
Oh,
that?
absolutely, the prices have gone up.
Have you noticed the grocery prices going up here?
And everything going up. Yes.
A lot of people buy less because of the price.
Some people that can't afford it, they can't afford a sandwich anymore.
Why do you think they're going up?
You know why they're going up.
Why?
Because of, I better not say it on TV.
Since 47 been in office, tomatoes, your greens, your onions, cucumbers.
Everything going up. You know, everything going up. But Mario's still cheaper than everything else.
You've had this store for 30 years.
About 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. I started as a box boy for Vegas Village back in 1977. Bagging groceries.
Bagging groceries.
Bagging groceries, and I said to myself, you know, one of these days I'm going to own my own business, my own store.
I was just in Mexico. I met with President 𝗙𝗪𝗏, and they're really concerned about the tariffs that are hitting the tomatoes there. And I wondered, have you noticed anything on the price of tomatoes?
Dude, tomatoes are crazy.
Before the tariffs, or before they start talking about tariffs, I had inquired about a bin of watermelons, and they quoted me a price of $289. It was at the beginning of the season. 2 weeks after that, and they start talking about the tariffs. That same bin went up to $360.
Jesus.
Where do the watermelons
These
come
come
from?
out of California, but they're coming probably from Mexico. Most of the produce I get comes from Mexico.
So the watermelons now cost more since the tariffs?
Yes. Same thing on tomatoes. You know, we were selling them for $1.19 a pound.
They're right now $1.89.
$1.89 a
Dude.
pound.
And you were selling for $1.19.
$1.19
That's
a
almost
pound.
double.
Just because of these tariffs.
Just because of the tariffs. A lot of the canned seafood, jack mackerel, salmon,
So the canned tuna, $1.89. What was that before?
$1.19, 99 cents. Shrimp, you used to get it for $5. Now it's $9. The swai, that used to be dirt cheap. Now it's $5.29.
What was it before the tariff?
$1.99.
It's going up
Dude,
$3. Yeah.
Dude, it almost tripled in price, the swai. That's crazy, dude. The shrimp is double. It's insane, guys.
Yes. Mayonnaise, $8.
What was it
$8.
earlier?
$4.
Really?
Dude.
Yes. Groceries are going up. You know, we're talking not just stuff that's coming from the outside.
Yeah, just
even the
because-
stuff that's come from the inside. And the reason they go up is because these companies, let's say, Kraft, have to buy their stuff to make it probably from the outside.
Yeah.
You understand economics better than the president's team. Huh?
See, that's just it. That's the thing about the tariffs, okay? Is first off, $8 for mayo. Like, bro, are you shitting me? But guys, the tariffs, like, this is the thing that bothered me. I mean, we know tariffs were bad. They were bad in the early 1900s. Everybody was piss poor except the robber barons. They were a terrible policy, okay? They're only good if you're a small company or a small country with one major like thing and you want to tariff people so they don't like touch the one thing you do really well in your country, then tariffs can be great because you're protecting your like natural crop so everybody buys your crop. But the thing about the way Trump has done these tariffs is he keeps insisting that, hey, if you make it here, if you have the factory here, if you hire American workers, there's no tariff. But guys, we get all the supplies from elsewhere. So even if you build a car factory here and you staff it with American workers, I mean, it's going to be expensive as hell because of the workers, for starters, but all your materials are getting tariffed. All of the parts that come from different parts of the globe, all of that shit is getting tariffed. So by the time you make your product here, all of your materials have been tariffed. So you're just, there's no way around this shit. And then with other stuff, dude, you can't grow bananas in fucking America. You know what I'm saying? We can't, there are no coffee beans coming from America, you know? And even with the tomatoes and shit, dude, there's not enough tomatoes in America to feed America. Like a lot of this shit we have to get from outside the country. It's just so stupid, dude. You know, you want a restraining order against DJT? We should. We should do a class action against that MFer. I'm serious, dude. A class action against that fool. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
And you know, so they have to raise the price, and it's just been crazy. Like I say, my inventory in grocery has gone up just about $100,000.
Jesus.
You were paying $300,000 for groceries.
Now it's $400,000.
And you think that's since the tariffs? Or?
Yes, because everything's just gone up crazy.
Over the last few months.
The cost of goods, whether they're out of the country or not, just going up and up.
Insane.
Okay. I want to send a message to Donald Trump.
Yes, sir.
We need Trump to stop doing what he's doing.
If we lower the tariffs, that all goes into this cost.
Dude, I love this guy with the hat, dude. He is so, like, straight up, dude. This guy reminds me of the first diversion guy when I got sober. The guy who called me out and was like, "You're drunk. I'm going to kick your ass out of the program." And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, he reminds me of him, dude. He was amazing.
All the way around, no matter if it's mayonnaise, it's tuna, if it's tomatoes, if it's the beef, if you lower the cost of these companies getting the product, and then they pass that deal on to the markets, it'll help us all the way around.
You want the grocery prices coming down, right?
Yes, sir. Who don't? That's common sense, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is common sense. What a great video. And you know the other issue I have, guys? Here's the other issue I have with the tariffing is the price floor, okay? Because even if at some point, like, we get rid of these tariffs, whatever, we move in, we take the presidency back, we try to clean up the price mess, all of these grocery companies and all of these distributors are going to elevate the price floor. And so, yeah, if it goes down, it's not going down. It's just going to stop going up for a little bit. That's it. Like they've been doing this since the pandemic, dude. Nothing really came down. Everything went up after the pandemic, and it just fucking stayed up, okay? And yeah, it is like a ratchet. That is a very good way of putting it, dude. That, like, it only gets tighter, right? That shit is never getting looser. And they're going to do the same shit with the gas, guys. Gas is going to go up to like 7, and then it's going to come back down to 4. And people are going to be like, oh, it's so much better than 7. But we're going to be stuck at like 4 and above from here on out, or 350, right? And you're right. Even when if it does come down, they make the product smaller. Like, dude, capitalism is just choking us off. I gotta say, I actually like, I really liked seeing Khanna in that role. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him before, and I mean, I have a lot of issues with because of, you know, his stock portfolio and his sort of, you know, elitist sort of technocratic district that he's a part of. But I will say that I thought he seemed very reasonable in office. I mean, in this video, this was the first time in this video that I saw him in like what appeared to be like a presidential light, right? Because I know people had talked about, Khanna for president, and I've always been like, no. But like, just seeing him like talk to people there, I don't know. I saw a different side of him that I don't think you see a lot when he's like Mr. in a suit speaking. I don't know. I saw like a side of him there that was really impressive. Like a down to earthness that I wasn't exactly sure if he possessed that, quality, right? What a great video. Seriously, what a great video. You live next to his district. Normal people live there too. Fair. He does have like his stock trading though is pretty crazy. Like, dude, the jar of instant coffee went from $10.79 to $17.49. That's insane. That is insane. Our coffee, the price went up. It didn't go up that extreme, but the can got smaller. It went from 16 ounces to 12 ounces. We buy this gourmet. We buy like cheap coffee, and we buy gourmet coffee and we do a mix. We do like 4 of one, 4 scoops of one and 3 of the other. So it's like we make our own blend. But the gourmet coffee used to come in a 16-ounce can. And now it's in a 10-ounce can. It went from 16 to 12 to 10 ounces in the last 9 months, okay? And the price has gone up every time. So now we are paying like 30% more for 60% less, right? 6 ounces, or well, I guess technically it's not, it's 45% less or something, right? Isn't that crazy? Dude, brutal. That is brutal. Dude, it is brutal. It is just like, I don't know, man. I've been having a lot of issues of just feeling like, when does this stop? You know what I mean? Like, when does this stop? Does it stop? Because like all of my subscription services are going up, and my, my editing program is going up, but they're going up like 30% at a time. Okay, the subscription services go up like 30% every 2 years, and it's just not sustainable. I mean, pretty soon I'm gonna have to like start eliminating shit, which I guess is fine, eliminating, but I do they want us gone? Sometimes it seems like they do, right? Used to buy 8 ounces for $1.25. Now it's $2 for 4 ounces. It's crazy. That is crazy shit, boss. You want to get off the roller coaster? I do too, man. I do. I want to get off the roller coaster as well. All right, but now we're going to keep moving, guys, okay? We are going to keep moving, and we're going to keep exploring shit. There's a couple other things I want to cover because I'm not going to stay too late tonight, but let's get into the bookmarks. All right, so I want to look at some of the Karen-ing, okay? And I want to look at some of the Karen-ing that's happening. There's 2 things that are going on, guys. All right, so this is one of them. I don't know if you've seen this woman. Dude, I love this woman. All right, look at her smile. Doesn't she look like she has a great smile? Like a smile that just lights up the room. So she is I believe she is a flight attendant for Southwest Airlines. And she is the latest victim of the Maga Karen-ing ire. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I think MAGA is now like, all they do is cancel, right? They pick somebody who has offended them, and then they're like, wow, we got to cancel this person. We got to get them fired. We got to get them all jacked up. And so this is her. Hold on. I'm going to save her photo because I love the smile. I got to show you the thing, but so Juanita Broderick went in on her and said Southwest Airlines flight attendant Michelle Carpino, who is known for posting anti-Trump garbage, decided to post, "We need better assassins," after the White House Correspondents' Dinner failed attempt. I wouldn't want to be on a Southwest Air flight with her, would you? Now, I guess she is already well known for anti-Trumping. Okay, so she was on their radar already, right? Because she doesn't like Trump and she's very vocal about it. And now they've been looking for a reason, right? They're just trying to get something where they can, talk to the manager. Let's get her canceled, right? And they're like tagging Southwest. And now, I mean, guys, I just, when people say shit like that, sure. Is it ghoulish? Yeah. But like, this is America, okay? We're allowed to be ghoulish. We're allowed to talk about the pine box, or some people are wearing shirts that say like, is he dead yet? There's the whole world is like probably going to behave a little ghoulishly when some shit happens, okay? But I mean, if you don't like that shit, even if you want to boycott Southwest because of it, fine. But do you have to go after people, right? And look at that. Dude, they did a New York Post article about her saying Southwest Airlines flight attendant called for Trump's assassination in sickening social media post. Like, give me a break. She didn't call for his thing. She is just feeling overwhelmed and over-Trumped, and the whole world is burning because of this degenerate pig of a man. And so she's venting that shit. You know what I'm saying? She's venting that shit, and that should be fine. I mean, plenty of people call for our death. My God, dude. Dude, they literally call us demons. And, you know, the president has said now that Iran's been fought, the Democrats, the leftists are the only remaining enemy. I mean, they talk about killing us all the time, dude. They literally are like on our asses all the time. Now, what I said was this. I said, she seems pretty awesome, actually. Look at that smile. It lights up the room. Unlike you MAGA shitter Karens asking to speak to everyone's manager and eating the shit out of Trump's diaper. Dude. Oh, shit. Let's go. I'm like, losers. She's got a bright future ahead of her. But it's true, dude. Look at that smile, bro. I think she's got a fantastic smile. And I can tell you right now, I guarantee you she would not eat the shit out of Trump's diaper. Okay? She would not. But, dude, the MAGA, they show up Trump diaper with like 2 spoons. Right? 2 spoons. Oh, he's like, oh, big one's coming. Oh, come here, Dude, she is not into that. Dude, I think she's amazing, right? And if she does get fired, dude, I am supporting her. Like, if she becomes a content creator, I'm supporting this woman, dude. I need to do a little research and look into her, but I love that. I love that people were like chiming in. Dude, oh, look at this. Right now there's somebody, oh my God, you ready? Look at this. Look at this idiot fucking, who is this, right? Is this, who is this? Somebody, some content creators on this now? Let's see.
Exclusive today from Libs of TikTok that shows...
Exclusive today from Libs of TikTok. Dude, I don't like this woman already, bro. Dude, this woman right here, I do not like her.
Exclusive today from Libs of TikTok that shows just how far the moral decay has gone. Meet 𝗙𝗪𝗡, who according to her LinkedIn appears to work for Southwest Airlines. She allegedly posted, "We need better assassins," after the shooting at last week's White House Correspondents' Dinner, while also appearing to pray for the death of President Trump. Her social media also includes multiple anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, and anti-ICE posts. She also posted 𝗙𝗪𝗡, which some interpret as a threat, meaning
oh my God. Dude, get out of here.
Our team reached out to Southwest privately and publicly for comment. They did not respond.
Our team.
Is anyone who's capable of wishing death upon someone mentally healthy or sane? What do you guys think? Would you feel comfortable with someone expressing this?
Dude, our president wishes death. Our president wished death upon an entire civilization. He cheered for Robert Mueller to die. He belittled fucking Rob Reiner. Like, are you shitting me? Like, the sheer gaslighting of these MAGA Mar-a-Lago lipped beasts is insane, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, she's a Libs of TikTok reporter. Bro. Dude, can you imagine being a Libs of TikTok reporter? Like, what the hell? No, I know, Natalie, you were talking about our lovely fucking Michelle Carpino. I know you weren't talking about this Libs of TikTok reporter. I know you know this woman's got terrible lips, dude. Look at her lips, bro. Like, goddamn, dude. Can we start a GoFundMe and get some moisturizer for this chick's lips? Dude, she looks like she has been like, you know, like pulling the air out of Trump's ass, dude. Dude, you remember in one of those American Pie movies where they stick the trumpet in the guy's ass and the old guy plays it, and at the end of the movie, it shows the old guy, and he's got a bunch of sores all on his lips. Dude, that's totally her lips, dude. Dude, she had him right on Trump's ass, dude. Dude, those are like chapped, like fecal Trump lips. Dude, hold on. Oh, here we go. Yo. Yeah, no, I know. I'm looking at those lips, dude. Dude, they are like, man, that is like some syphilitic. I mean, I don't know, dude. Something's going on, dude. She puckered up. Those are like Trump taint lips, dude. I'm seeing like 45 degrees of blistering, right? And, you know, I don't know. It could be some hair dye got on them too. You know, there's definitely some Mar-a-Lago infestation. Yeah, no, I agree, dude. Dumb as a bucket of shit. Yep. All right, thank you. Check it. Oh, dude. Oh, man, bro. Dude. Gotta go to the phone. Oh, Libs. Dude, guys, I can't get over the fucking Libs of TikTok reporter thing, dude. Dude, that is just too much. Libs of TikTok reporter. Like, that is so bottom of the barrel. All right. So that, guys, was Karen-ing number 1. All right. We have another one, which is Karen-ing number 2, which is the TPUSA. Okay. Now, guys, I'm not going to play the sound here. Okay. I'm not going to play the sound here because I don't want to like blow up the sensors. But so essentially what is going on, guys, is they are using, there is a sound going on TikTok. Hold on one sec here. Karen-ing 2. Oh. So there are some people on TikTok that are using the sound of Charlie Kirk's passing as a one of those clothes changing viral things where you hear Charlie Kirk say the line and then there's the shot, and then on the shot they switch into their different outfits. Okay? So they're using the Charlie Kirk sound to create, you know, this TikTok things. Now, I want to go on the record and say that, like, yeah, this is cringe and ghoulish and garish. And I think, if anything, why is TikTok allowing that? You would think TikTok, like, my God, dude, they censor so much shit. I don't know how they let this go. But it is super tasteless and super grungy. Okay, it is like, you know, it is really gnarly. Okay, now, TPUSA commented about this and said, Turning Point USA condemns in the strongest terms the TikTok audio trend that uses or references the killing of our founder, Charlie Kirk, for entertainment. Okay, Charlie Kirk was the victim of a real act of political violence. Turning that into viral content is grotesque and dehumanizing. There's nothing harmless, funny, or acceptable about it. It reflects a culture that trivializes violence and reduces real human loss to a punchline. This has no place on TikTok or anywhere. This audio needs to be removed. Now, guys, again, I feel like the responsibility on this does lie on TikTok. They shouldn't be allowing this to fucking be a sound. You know, that like, they should get rid of that. Now, the thing though that I thought was interesting here is turning that into viral content is grotesque and dehumanizing. And guys, I was like, is this you? Okay? Because we do need to talk, okay? We do need to talk about using Charlie Kirk's murder for viral content and monetization because that is what TPUSA and Erica Kirk have been doing, like, since Charlie died, okay? They've been doing it with the hats. They've been doing it with the, the merch sales, with the shaking pictures of Charlie and the chanting. They're podcasting from his empty chair, and they're tweeting from his accounts. They had the tent for people to take pictures in. Okay, remember this? Like, bro, this is crazy. They had a tent to do selfies in the Charlie Kirk tent. That shit is like wild. And they're doing the "We Are All Charlie Kirk" and the chants and the picture waving, and they're deifying him. He is like Jesus and all that shit. So now, again, I think it's ghoulish what those people on TikTok did. But I also think what TPUSA and Erica Kirk are doing is equally ghoulish, because they are riding this wave of political assassination to make millions of dollars, to consistently try to like suck money and or like get inroads into the schools. They're like trying to capitalize and get political power, or to skirt like school board rules and everything, using the killing as like their get out of jail free card and get into any space card. And that to me is equally ghoulish. I will do a dance party goal. Yes, let's do it. All right, we're going to do 30 and 30. Let's go. Let's secure the dance party. But so again, I saw people here are like doing the "let's make them famous." Okay, if you look at everybody, they said the girl deleted the post from her account, but they're still trying to like go after them. Okay, they're trying to go after them. Right? And right? You know what I'm saying? And dude, but look at the shit they say though. It is impossible to share a country with people who delight in the assassinations of people they don't like. But guys, dude, we have the Trump civilization tweet, dude. You know what I mean? Like, bro, right? Look at this. This is the president, okay? If you're wondering why these girls are doing this shit, you wonder why people are doing this type of shit, it's because our president is doing it, guys. Okay? Now, those girls look young. Sure, they did a stupid TikTok, right? Like, young people do that kind of shit, And yeah, dude, Charlie Kirk did talk about public executions. But like, guys, the president is doing this shit. A whole civilization will die tonight, Trump said. Like, come on, man. That shit is garish. Dude, let's go Pine Box Dance Party, LFG. Let's go, Ella. But again, I think you have to hold the president accountable up at the top and realize that, yes, what 𝗏50 said right there, generations of kids are learning that this is normal politics, okay? I'm telling you right now, dude, hold on. Let me do this. There it is. Let's go. Dude. But so the thing is, though, is here's what I don't like, guys. What I don't like is how MAGA will hold these girls to a higher standard than they hold the president. Okay? And that is what routinely happens. Whether it's Scott Jennings or some MAGA shitter online or Libs of TikTok or all of the Republican House of Representatives members like smarmy fucking MAGA Mike Johnson, they hold kids, teenagers, to a higher standard of professionalism and accountability than they do the goddamn president of the United States. Okay? Donald Trump he can compare himself to Jesus and he gets a free pass lying about it. Oh, I thought it was a doctor, right? And after he fights with the Pope, he mocks all religion by comparing himself to Jesus, and then he lies about it, and they fucking give him a pass on anything, on grape, on Epstein, on lying, on not doing shit, on wishing for people to be dead, on calling for the shotgunning of Liz Cheney, you name it. He can, say the nastiest shit, and he gets free pass, free pass, free pass, free pass. But a bunch of teenagers go off and use a sound on TikTok and do some cheesy ass trend that sure they regret, they deleted it, but they're like, oh, how dare they? What a character flaw in these young girls, and to me, dude, that's bullshit. Okay. Because I do understand. Okay. I don't understand that garish behavior, but I understand why some people don't like Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? A lot of people were threatened by his behavior. A lot of people suffered. A lot of teachers and minorities, and especially minority women and women in general. He was very abrasive about how little he valued their human rights. And so there are a lot of people that did not like Charlie and were certainly not shy about talking about how much they didn't like him. But the fact that they think that because something really horrible happened to Charlie Kirk, they get to rage against us for life. And we have to watch what we say and do for the rest of our lives is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what happened to him was horrible, but he was a fucking podcaster, bro. He was not a world leader. He was literally a dude who debated younger people with not fully formed brains in order to take advantage of them in moments of content and then to go viral with that in order to bilk money out of evangelical billionaires by convincing people he was converting people to Jesus. So this guy was not the end all be all, right? We don't have to revere him like he was MLK, because he was not, man. All these fools said worse about Biden. They did. They did, dude. Pine box for your birthday in 11 days. Let's go, Nurse Joy. Dude, let's go. All right, we are going to focus on the dance party. But, dude, somebody did say that in my replies today. I replied to something, and somebody talked about yes, somebody said, right? When I was sitting there talking about her, somebody replied and said, I know a guy who literally posted this shit to millions of people. And you know who that guy was? You know who posted this to millions of people? Donald Trump, a former president. Former president did that. Former president. Diaper shit eating. Dude, Ella, let's go. All right, guys. We got 22 minutes. We need 26 and 22. Let's hit it up, baby. Oh, Lordy. Let's get it. Dance party. Yeah, dude, TPUSA, TikTok is now like an arm of TPUSA. I made a thing about Charlie Kirk calling from the afterlife, and it was something I did funny on stream, that I did a short, and on every platform, whether it was Threads or Instagram or YouTube, that short did well. It was funny. It was hilarious. On TikTok, it got a community guidelines violation, and when I appealed it, they gave me a copyright strike too. Right? Isn't that crazy? Dude, so they're like, dude, TikTok, if you say anything about Charlie Kirk or Erica Kirk or Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein or Israel or Christians, TikTok will like throw the book at you. If you're like Valentina Gomez and you say the nastiest shit about gay people or transgender people or Muslims, they don't have a problem with that. But Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Trump, Israel, and Epstein, and man, they clamp down, dude. Korg, suck it to da. Let's go, dude. Yeah, no, they are very pointed censorship, guys. It's an agenda, a very clear agenda, guys. All right, 25, baby. We got this. Let's go. We are gonna get the dance party. 25 in 20. Let's hit it. Yeah, man, it's disappointing, dude. It really is. Dude, Skip, what up? Ella 69420. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, they don't care about the protesters that were killed by ICE. I mean, you know, but guys, the right wingers though, like state violence is totally okay with them. When the state executes somebody, they don't care. They're fine with that. They're fine with political violence when it affects us, right? Like, can I show you the tweet? You ready? Oh my God, guys, this is amazing. Okay, look at this tweet I'm about to show you because it literally sums up our entire political discourse. Okay, this one tweet. I'm going to blow your mind here, guys, because I'm going to show you one screenshot of an exchange with two people that sums up our entire current political discourse. You ready? Watch this. It is like the MAGA versus like Democrats, the entire dynamic of our political discourse in one exchange. And it's this person who says, look at what they say. You ready? Watch this. They say, okay, if a Democrat was assassinated, could you imagine what would be going on right now? That's the MAGA play, right? If a Democrat was assassinated, could you imagine what would be going on right now? And this guy says, yes, I can, because it happened literally 3 months ago. And guess what? Democrats called for gun reform and right-wingers made jokes about it. Trump said calling anybody to give his condolences would be a waste of time and then skip the funeral. So we don't have to imagine. It literally just happened. And not a single person on the left called for a war or called for the Republican Party to be labeled a domestic terrorist organization. You cared so little that you don't even remember it. Oh my God, dude. Like, dude, mic drop. Is that not the mic drop among mic drops? Like, insane, guys. They are hypocrites. Keep them honest. Don't stoop. We won't, shall we? Thank you. And what's more, you ready? What's more is a sitting senator then memed it. Okay? He memed the killing and lied about it and said, this is what happens when Marxists don't get their way. And then he posted the fucking camera footage. A sitting senator like used the murderer's footage moments before this guy killed people, and he used that shit to like attack like Democrats, falsely calling them Marxists, and this guy was a Trump supporter too. Isn't that insane, bro? Like, just debasing. This was a senator doing this. I've had enough of this MAGA shit. You know it, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. And then, of course, you know, the senator, the good senator from Minnesota, okay, right? She fucking called him out. Look at that, dude. She read him the riot act, and then he deleted the tweet. But like, bro, like, isn't that crazy? And TPUSA wants to talk about us. Dude, Sam Gilbert, let's go, boss. Thank you again, Sam. Dude, this guy's a senator, guys. Like, dude, he does. I call him testicle head. These people are sick. Dude, the MAGA people are sick. Isn't that wild? And then you'll remember too, like about Mike Lee, because he got asked about it. He got asked about it too, and look at what he did when he got asked about it. You ready?
Could you tell us about your conversation with Senator Smith? Do you regret your tweet? Do you stand by the post that you made on X?
Have you had a productive conversation about that post? Was that what the senator wanted to speak to you about?
What did you think of the meeting you just came from?
Dude. No answer from that clown with his little smirk. He can't, right? See, and to me, guys, this right here is like, to me, this kind of shit is weak. Because if you're gonna post like that, okay? You know, if you're gonna post like that, guys, where you're gonna post this kind of offensive shit, and this is gonna be like the kind of like sass that you are, you then should be accountable enough to be man up and talk about it, right? Like, don't post something so aggressive and outrageous if you're then gonna run away and not comment about, you know, because that just makes you look like, wow, you can't even own the shit you put out there, right? You're a coward. You know what I mean? You're a senator who says this crazy shit on the internet, and then you can't even answer to your tweets. Because, like, guys, I've said some nasty shit on Twitter. I do it every day. But, you know, if you want to ask me about the shit I say on Twitter, dude, I will back it. I will talk about it. I am not going to, you know what I'm saying? I don't say shit on Twitter unless I'm trying to get a specific point across. And if you want to call me out on it, let's go. I will talk about the shit I post on Twitter. Even the shit I delete. But this is just wild, dude, because it's cowardly. Okay? Cowardly, guys. You know? And so, like, sorry, I'm having an ear thing going on. But it's sort of like, you know, my dad used to watch this show, okay? In the 70s, my dad watched all these crime shows. And there was a show called Beretta, okay? It was a show, Robert Blake was in it. He ended up, you know, being a fucking, you know, not a good dude, right? Right? Toxic guy. But it was a show about this guy, Robert Beretta, and he had like a white cockatoo on his shoulder. Okay, my dad watched the Beretta show. And this show, it was a good show in the 70s with the bird, and it was quirky. But in the beginning of the show, there was this song, and part of the song, Beretta, was, you know, don't do the crime if you can't do the time, right? Right? If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Okay? That was like a line in this song that I remember as a kid, the Beretta song. I used to listen to it. And that line, though, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And I always think of that when I think about these clowns, right? I think of that because it's like, you know, it's like, man, that's the truth, dude. You shouldn't post racy shit if you can't, like, back it up. If you're not going to stand on business, don't fucking do that shit. All right, you ready? Now we got to focus on the dance. You guys, Beretta, dude. My dad watched all those shows. All right, we need 21 and 9, guys. Here's a little sampling. Let's go. It's a little sampling, guys. 21 and 9. Let's secure that dance party. We got this. We got this. Yeah. See, Mike Lee is like he's cowardly, man. You know, he is real cowardly. He is one of those Twitter tough guys that is like super cowardly. Beretta was a classic. Classic. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 21, baby. We got this. 21 and 9. Ooh. Dude, yeah. Well, so Mike Lee does have a very complicated past. He is from Utah, okay? He is from Utah, but like, so Mike Lee is like, he's very similar to Donald Trump, okay? And let me tell you why. Because Mike Lee's dad was like a renowned lawyer, okay? Mike Lee's dad was a renowned and incredibly respected and successful lawyer. And Mike Lee is like kind of a moron. And he became a senator because he's from this family, okay? So he was able to become a senator, but he's like a loser. And I don't think his dad ever respected him because he was just like a giant failure compared to his dad. So he became like a snotty, nepo, shitty, like senator that like punches down. And that was the same with Donald Trump. Donald Trump's dad was an actual, like, I mean, he was scummy, but he was like wildly successful at, you know, these low income housing, getting government funding. He kind of did this Elon shit, but he really spun this shit off into an empire. And then he left all that money to Donnie, and Donnie was a fuck up who like couldn't do anything well. But Donnie, you know, uses the name and the family clout to eke his way into spaces, but he just can't do anything good. And he never got the respect of his dad. Like his dad never fucking, you know what I'm saying? Never got the fucking respect, you know? You know what I mean? Right. And so, guys, all right, 21 in 7 minutes, guys. Here we are, 7 minutes. Let's hit it. Dance party. Time to secure the dance. It's going to come down to the wire. Oh, shit, boss. All we need is 21, baby. We got this. Easy peasy. But yeah, Mike Lee, dude, those guys who are failures, guys who don't get acceptance by their dad, can become the worst guys. I'm serious. I mean, dude, it was my struggle too. Dr. Thumpenstein, let's go. Hey, you. That was my struggle too. Getting healed to like, you know, not do that. Because my dad was that way. He withheld his approval. Is a little different with my dad. Shout out Nancy Mace, Lot Wizards, need love too. Let's go Jet Soul. So my dad would never give me his approval, but my dad was not successful. My dad never went to high school. He was not particularly bright. He was not particularly, I wasn't like living in his shadow. Okay, I was not. But I never got his approval. And I did struggle with a certain type of ego because I never got my dad's approval that, you know, I ended up getting sober and going to therapy and like healing all that shit. But it can be very dangerous when you never get the approval of your father. Men who experience that, especially if their father was wildly successful, that creates a real toxic arrogance. Tommy, keep posting nasty stuff on Twitter for us. You got it, the one. Dude, I'll keep going. The world would definitely be a better place if fathers were better to their sons. Absolutely. I think you could go one better than that. The world would be a better place if fathers all healed their generational trauma. Because if they did that, they would be better to their sons. And in turn, the world would be a better place. But you can't really be good to your son if you don't heal your own shit. Right? You will just dump whatever your dad dumps on you, you will dump down the line, you know? You know what I mean? Let's get that dance. Let's go. Let's go, 𝗙𝗍𝗃𝗍. All right, guys. 18 away, baby. 17 away. We got this. Ella, let's go. 17 away. We got 5 minutes. We got it. Your dad was always negative to you, man. I get it. My dad was so negative. Okay? He used to say that I was lazy. And right, he would say I was lazy because I was an artist. I didn't like to work jobs. I liked to make art. But man, I worked so much harder, like making my art for no money. And my dad only worked hard when he got a paycheck. He couldn't understand the artist in me. But my dad used to also do shit like he would give me shit for wanting hugs or wanting physical affection. He would try to belittle me for wanting physical affection from my father. And because he thought that was a sign of weakness. And I was like, dude, that sucks, bro. Dude, Drea, good to see you. There are descendants of those who treated lynchings of people fighting for their rights like a picnic outing. The garish backlash is long overdue. Oh my God. Yes, Drea. There are very famous pictures of white people, white Christian people, mind you, standing at having picnics and gatherings and parties at lynchings. How fucked up is that? I'm sorry, guys, but can I just tell you, watching somebody be executed, whether it was a lynching or a public execution, or even watching Charlie Kirk die on camera, watching someone get executed publicly is so harmful. Right? I know Charlie Kirk called for public executions, and I see right-wingers online calling for that shit all the time. That is so messed up. Watching people die is just savage. It's not healthy. If you want to watch people die, you are fundamentally messed up. Okay? And dude, I saw that Charlie Kirk clip like 100 times, and I was not better off for having seen it. You know what I'm saying? It like, no way, dude. So harmful. Like our national psyche got wounded by that. 2:45, guys. We need 16 in 3 minutes. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Here we go, baby. Let's dial it up. You never watched it? I never watched George Floyd. I did not watch George Floyd. But I did. I saw the Charlie Kirk one because I made videos about it. I just saw it too much. Too much, guys. It's harmful. I don't even like seeing people like fighting. Physical fights when I see that shit. That shit's harmful. All right, guys, 16. All right, dude, the last 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's get it. Oh, shit. Here we go, guys. Secure the dance. Secure the dance. There it is. You're going to get 3.5 minutes of that. Whew. 1:45. Oh shit, dude. Dude, yeah, no, I never watched the George Floyd one. I couldn't do it. 1:30. Oh shit, dude. Here we go. Time is running out. Down to the wire. One minute. We're never going to make it? I mean, maybe. We get a bum rush. Dude, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗍𝗧, LFG, let's go. We'll go an extra minute or two, but we could still get it. We just need a bum rush, dude. That's all we need. Let's go. 1 minute. Dude, all it takes is 15 people to do one fucking thing. Dude, let's go. That's like 2% of the people watching. Dude, LFG, 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗧, let's go. We got this. We're making it. Alvin, let's go, dude. We are making it. 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏, we got this. 25 seconds. 12 away, dude. Easy peasy. Oh, let's go. Dude, 17 seconds. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10. Dude, Breckos. 7, 6, we're 11 away, guys. I'm going to get the 1 minute timer ready. All right. There it is. We're 11 away. We got a 1 minute timer. I'm going to go 2 minute timer. 2 minutes. There it is. Dude, Canal, let's go. 10 away, guys. 10 away. 2 minutes. 9 away, 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏. Let's go. We're in bonus time. We are 9 away. We got it. Dude, Paula, what do you think?
Hey!
𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗧𝗏. Let's go. 8 away, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗧𝗏. Let's go. We got it. We got it, dude. 8 away. 8 away. 122. Let's go. We got this. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Lord have mercy. Woo. $59, 8 away. Let's go, dude. Paula never does get old, does she? She just never gets old. We auctioning off a pony? Sort of. Dude, we're trying to secure the dance party. 8 away, baby. 8 away. Came in late. Yeah, 7 away. Pine box. Let's go. So it is $2 donos or more. 7 away. We need 7 more to secure the dance party. 6 more. Let's go, 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏. We ran out of time. We're in bonus time. 5 more. Let's go. Canal, we got this. Dude, Paula is hilarious. We'll do it after we secure it. We'll do one more Paula. 4 away. 3 away. Let's go, Drea. Let's go, 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏. Secure the dance. So 3 more. Bonus time. We're doing one more 2 minute round. We're 3 away, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Woo! Drum roll, please. Get a trumpy. Let's go. Get a trumpy to get us going. Melania coin, dude. I would accept like 10,000 Melania coin. Right? What is that? That's like $2, isn't it? Dude, the Melania coin. There we go. 2 away. Let's go. Let's dance. Dude, Jason's Australiana. 1 away. We need 1 more, guys. We got this. Dude, isn't Melania coin like the craziest shit? Dude, Melania coin Talk about the biggest crash. It is worth about as much as she is, boss. Right? Be best. One more. There it is. Eli. Let's go. Oh, dude, we did it. Dude, let's go. Thank you, Punk. You're welcome, Shelly. Appreciate you, boss. Dude, the Melania coin. Oh my God, dude. She is the worst, dude. Just the absolute worst, right? Look at her meme coin, dude. Look at that. Oh my God. It started at $8. Or no, it started at $1.99, and then it went up to $8, and then it instantly got sold, and now it is worth 11 cents, bro. Oh, look at that, dude. 11 cents. So somebody bilked it. That is crazy, dude. It literally quadrupled in one day. And then, like, dude, 3 days later, it was like worthless, dude. That is insane. Like, I have never seen anything like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she must have held so much of it and then just sold it off like instantly. We did get the dance. We got the dance. That is insane. Can you imagine the loss? Can you imagine somebody who bought like $100,000 of it when it was $8? You know, let's find out how much it's worth, okay? So if they bought it at if they bought $100,000 of Melania, okay, at $8, that is now worth $1,250. Dude, the day after it came out, if somebody bought $100,000 worth of Melania, it is now worth $1,250. Dude, that is crazy. That is ruthless. Look at that, down 94.82%. And they sold it all at once. Yeah. They literally sold it all at once. They like, it came out the next day that shit had quadrupled. And then the day after it had, look at that. Fucking 5 billion volume on day 2. And day 3 was 1 billion volume. By day 4, dude, that shit was just gone. Just insane. So brutal. So brutal. All right, her coin is still worth more than her movie. Oh, Drea, that's true. Her movie, though, she got paid like $40 million or $35 million for that movie. All right, so thank you. Thank you, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗀. We love you, boss. All right, we do. The Libs of TikTok reporter. That is crazy. Dude, Southwest says they're investigating. She needs to be fired. These people are so scummy. Oh, look at this guy. This guy said, are all of you fucking rats coming out of the woodwork and copy pasting this post? Quit being a fucking crybaby. La la, you effing losers. There's nothing not safe about her. She's completely fine. She just hates Trump. Guess what, dipshit? So does the rest of the world. You mag idiots are like a bunch of bratty children tattletaling on people and being abysmally annoying. Dude, look at this person. I've just canceled 3 flights that I had booked over the summer with Southwest. Dude, what losers. Dude, like, you know what's so funny? Is like, canceling a Southwest flight because of the employee of Southwest? Like, are you shitting me? Like, dude, if Southwest, the airline, does something to you, you cancel the flight. But like, dude, if I go to a restaurant and one of the employees is mean to me, I'm not going to abandon the whole restaurant because of an employee, because who fucking cares, dude? Employees do shit. I mean, if the owner of the restaurant shits on me, I'll probably abandon it. But you know what I'm saying? Like this idea that, ooh, an employee says something you don't like, so therefore I'm canceling my flight. Dude, shut up. Dude, MAGA. I know, dude, now that Spirit Airlines is gone, MAGA doesn't have anything. Now, by the way, guys, I would like to say something about Spirit. Let me go on the record for this because I did tweet about this today. Because today, guys, they started with the Joe Bidening of Spirit Airlines. So all day today, okay, there was this huge thing all day today where they were Spirit Airlinesing. Okay, let me find it. They were trying to Biden the Spirit Airlines. Okay? Where the big thing today was like, Spirit, where is it? I thought I had a tweet about it. All right. Well, I have a tweet of my other thing. But so anyway, Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy in 2024. Okay. And then what ended up happening, or they were going under in 2023. Okay. And then JetBlue said, hey, we'll pay $3.8 billion to buy Spirit Airlines. And the Biden and like Lena, the FCC chair, they all got together and like Elizabeth Warren, and they were like, you know what? We don't want Spirit and JetBlue to combine because that will essentially, then there won't be two competing low income fares. That's going to just create higher fares. So they wouldn't let them merge. Okay. Then Spirit Airlines filed bankruptcy in 2024. Then they filed again in 2025, and they were trying to restructure their debt. Then Trump started this war that doubled the price of jet fuel, and so Spirit just absolutely disappeared. And now they're gone. And then Trump was talking about whatever. He was going to do a bailout, but they didn't do a bailout. He could have given up his ballroom and done a bailout, but he did not. But my point on this, guys, is today they were just like, ooh, Spirit disappeared and 17,000 jobs lost because of Pete Buttigieg and the Biden administration and the Democrats. Now, I would like to counter that notion because I believe if JetBlue had paid $3.8 billion for Spirit, and it absorbed all of their brokenness, and then Trump starts this war, I think we'd be losing both of those airlines. I think Spirit Airlines and JetBlue would both be gone if JetBlue had forked out $3.8 billion, and then we're facing the double price of jet fuel. I mean, this, like, no small airline is going to be able to survive this war if it keeps going. Like, I think as it is, you know, even the major airlines are going to be, they're going to have some fucking, you know, prices are going to go up, right? So I don't know. And it's possible that the not merging was a bad idea. Absolutely. That's absolutely possible. That is a bad idea. But what I will say though, is that, you know, that there we go, dude. I guess I was on top chat. Sorry, guys. But I was missing a whole bunch of fucking shit. My bad, dude. Let me go back here. Right? Worst airline? I know. So I think we flew on Spirit Airlines once, and it was so bad, guys. It was like the worst fucking experience from like start to finish. Your MAGA family loves Spirit? That's funny. Dude, it was so bad, guys. It was. Okay? It was so terrible, bro. Dude, did Spirit Airlines CEO say that Trump did that shit? Everything is Biden's fault. Let me see. Oh, so Spirit Airlines CEO explains why the deal was doomed. Let's see this.
Ted, there's the news that you voted unanimously to reject the $30 an offer tender offer, $30 a share tender offer from JetBlue. Is the primary issue still that you don't believe this deal would go through if you approved it?
Good morning, Phil. Good to talk to you again. Yes, that is still the issue. We believe there to be a significant regulatory hurdle here. We hired some of the best experts in the field, regulatory lawyers and economists to.
Oh, that's old. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see what he says.
Just moments ago, Spirit's CEO speaking out for the first time since the low-cost carrier ceased operations overnight. Chanley Painter has the details now. Chanley.
Hey, guys. Good morning. So with Spirit Airlines abruptly ending operations overnight, the Department of Transportation is now stepping in to help coordinate efforts across the airline industry to assist stranded Spirit workers and passengers, including offers from United, Delta, and Southwest, among others, of capped ticket prices and reduced fares, as well as rides for pilots and flight attendants who need to return home. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy saying, quote, "We've activated our airline partners to ensure passengers are not stranded. Communities maintain route access. Fares do not skyrocket.
Duffy is
and Spirit's
so bad.
workforce is connected to new job opportunities." And now airports like the Baltimore-Washington International are making efforts to warn passengers that there are no Spirit Airlines staff on site to assist with things like refunds or rebookings, and directs travelers.
Oh, dude, look at that quote, though. To our guests, all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available. Despite the company's efforts, the recent material increase in oil prices and other pressures on the business have significantly impacted Spirit's financial outlook. With no additional funding available to the company, Spirit had no choice but to begin this wind down.
Learn more information. And of course, this all comes after Spirit announced earlier today, quote, "To our guest, all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available. Despite the company's efforts, the recent material increase in oil prices and other pressures on the business have significantly impacted Spirit's financial outlook."
See, now, guys, that's Trump's fault. But here's the thing, is this right here, 17,000 jobs lost, is bad. That's heartbreaking. But you ready? Donald Trump fired like more than 100,000 government workers. Donald Trump killed the jobs of more than 100,000 people, and it saved no money for the government. The entire federal government, all of the workers in the entire government, is less than 5% of the government budget. And he cut 100,000 jobs just to be an asshole, just to get rid of like anybody who wasn't a MAGA worker. And he fucked the economy so bad when he did that, and it saved negligible amount of money for the US government. And then Amazon cut thousands, and FedEx, and like, right, there have been so many people cutting jobs because of the tariffs, because of bad economic policy, now because of the doubling of gas prices. And in fact, dude, Ben Shapiro, his company is going under. Dude, look at this shit. Dude, okay? Dude, Daily Wire fired almost all their employees. They're going under too. Fired half of its staff. A massive layoff. He's lost 85% of his YouTube audience. Dude, just absolute crumbling. Absolute fucking crumbling, dude. Shapiro, what a crumbler. Dude, all of these guys. I mean, you know, it's just bad, guys. It is bad. The daily eyebrows. Dude, his eyebrow days are over. All right? They really are. Dude, I don't feel sorry for him, man. He's a scoundrel. His associations with Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles and Steven Crowder and Candace Owens, like, he is with, like, the scuzziest of the scuzzy people, dude. Ben Shapiro, he's enabled the worst fucking people on the planet. So Daily Wire crashing and burning, like, good riddance. You know what I'm saying? Good riddance to Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire. Okay? Dude, so I would love to. I think I might bump the Melania thing because I want to do some more research on Melania, but I don't think I have time to cover it tonight because I want to get out at a reasonable time, right? And get ahead on videos. So I think we're going to bump Melania and we will cover Melania tomorrow. I do want to look into the Melania. I mean, maybe we can look into it a little bit. I want to look into that shit about her, right? About her, that Paolo Zampoli. There's supposed to be a tape where she admits that she's like an escort, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, isn't that like, that's fascinating, but I haven't been able to find the audio. I know that Keith Edwards made a video about it. I did not watch his video. I've seen multiple news publications talking about it, but I have not actually heard the audio. And so I don't know if the audio is something. Have you guys seen that? Did you guys watch the Keith Edwards video? Does the audio exist? Is it available to be listened to? All right, because obviously there's a lot of shit is crashing around with you know, Melania. Like, here's this little clip of Megyn Kelly talking about Trump, right?
There are aspects of his personality which are obviously not good and that we've mostly just chosen to overlook. You know, he's not a moral man. He's obviously not the greatest husband in the world. And he's extremely petty and thin-skinned, extremely petty and thin-skinned. And what we're seeing right now is he's churning on his most loyal supporters because they don't support this war and getting in bed with people who fucking hate him and have hated him from the beginning and were the original Never Trumpers, as though that's what MAGA is. That's what his core support should look like. Meanwhile, there are many who are over here who have loved Trump for many, many years. We've had our skirmishes in the past. Tucker's had skirmishes with him. I have too. But who fought harder than a lot of others during the lawfare against him to make sure people knew that it was bullshit.
Lawfare.
Stood up for him during the actual electoral contest to make sure people understood what was at stake and why he had to be the choice. Who he just, you know, there's no loyalty in return ever from Trump, ever. If you have a principled disagreement with something he does, you're otherized. You're the enemy.
See, what's crazy about this, though, is let's unpack this for a minute. Because, like, why would she support this guy? Right? Like, she supported Trump even after he, like, shit all over her. He said the nastiest things about her. And she says he's not a moral man. He's obviously not the greatest husband. That's putting it lightly. Like, affairs and you know, like, scuzzy, grapey affairs. Every woman he's ever been with, whether they're pregnant or whatever, newborn baby, just totally scummy. He's petty and thin-skinned, right? And she said there's no loyalty ever. Well, like, So why were you loyal to him? Right? Why did you help get this guy elected when he's immoral? He's a terrible husband. He's an adulterer. You're supposedly a Christian. He's arrogant, petty, thin-skinned, no loyalty, just a total degenerate. And still what she says is like, oh, he's aligning himself with the people who hate him. She's like still blaming it on the people he's aligning with. Like he somehow gets this forever pass. Like, why do they do that? I mean, granted, she's on a podcast with a rapist wearing a fucking, a 10-pound cross. So she is just has no moral fiber whatsoever. Okay? Right? Like Megyn Kelly has no moral fiber. She is just transactional. And we heard her make the comments about Trump getting handsy, and she didn't care because he closed the border and he was mean to trans people. But like, dude, she will make up every excuse in the book to let Trump off the hook for all the nasty shit he does. Always. And still, she's like, why did you vote for that guy? Because I'm sorry, man. If there's a Democrat who is immoral and a shitty husband and he cheats on his wife all the time and he's arrogant and thin-skinned and he's not loyal at all, I'm not voting for that guy. Are you shitting me? I'm staying home. If Eric Swalwell was a presidential candidate, nobody in the Democratic Party would vote for that guy. We kicked him out of the governor's race, And these supposed Christians, they do nothing but hang out with rapists and con men and abusers, right? And we have another one. Let me go into this. Let's finish with this too, because look at this guy. Speaking of MAGA, look at this guy, straight from Midas Touch, okay? MAGA influencer Craig Long has been arrested in a human trafficking and prostitution sting in Florida, along with Ryan Yates, a Trump supporter who pled guilty in February 2024 for his involvement in J6. Another J6er, guys, in trafficking and prostitution, of course. Long posted this photo with Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. just a few weeks ago. Where? At UFC with Joe Rogan, right? Dana White, all these guys. Influencer Craig Long arrested in a human trafficking sting. Again, there he is, Craig Long, right? And of course, he's with another J6er who Donald Trump pardoned all of these J6ers. And they've gone on to grape and human traffic and CSA and all this shit. And look at this, bro. This is insane, guys.
Then there's Craig Long we arrested.
Look at this. There he is.
Then there's Craig Long we arrested.
Jesus.
He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today. He was a previous felon who straightened up, really what we want to see in life. Now he's an influencer. He moves in big circles.
Oh.
Even with the president. This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago.
Dude!
Now, we like to see people who make mistakes early in life, and he had a long history straighten up. We like the fact that he likes the cops. Heck, he liked them so much, he got caught up in a sting and got to be up and real close with the cops.
Dude.
We asked what his attitude was. He said, he had a great attitude. He appreciates law enforcement. Well, there you go. You got arrested in a human trafficking sting. Influence that for a while.
Dude, that sheriff, oh my God, dude. That sheriff just ravaged this guy. Like,
then there's Craig Long we arrested.
I have never seen a sheriff, dude. Dude, look at this guy over here, dude. He's about to crack, bro. Just what a fucking crazy, dude. That is crazy. Dude, the sheriff. Now, this sheriff, though, is a MAGA sheriff, isn't he? Isn't this sheriff? This sheriff is not woke, right? He is a MAGA dude, but he is still ravaging Trump, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he is absolutely not a woke sheriff, but goddamn did he go after Trump, dude. And this guy back here is trying to not laugh.
Now he's an influencer. You know, he moves in big circles, even with the president. This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago.
Dude.
Now, we'd like to see people who make mistakes early in life. And
dude, what the hell, bro? Oh, my God. Who is that? It's Grady Judd. Yeah, there he is. Grady Judd, Polk County, Florida. Oh, my God. Dude, poke around and find out 266 arrests, right, from that. Grady Judd. Dude, but man, he is savaging Trump, though. That is wild, though. And guys, let me just tell you that is indicative of how, like, what crazy crash out Trump has had. You know what I mean? Because that sheriff is totally a Trumper. You know that guy is MAGA, and he still, though, is like, has no problem like savaging Trump and his kid, because MAGA, like, Trump is on the outs. Even MAGA are like, fuck this guy, okay? They're absolutely collapsing, right? You know, when you have your own, I mean, we see it. We see MAGA v. MAGA. Dude, you have all the MAGA influencers are on each other's jocks. They're fighting Candace versus Erica, Tucker and MTG versus all of the MAGA people. You have Nick Fuentes and the America Firsters are anti-MAGA, like saying don't vote for them. I'm seeing a lot of MAGA people who are literally, I see them online every day and they're saying, you know what? Fuck the GOP and fuck Trump. They're like, let the Democrats win. They're like, let's teach them a lesson. They're mad as shit, guys, because the Congress isn't doing anything, dude. I mean, I'd be mad too. Literally. Think about this. Our prices are up. Gas is doubled. Like, energy bills never came down. Nothing has come down. Everything's gotten more expensive. Trump, they didn't give him the mass deportations. They started a war. And you know what they're doing? Have you seen what they're doing, guys? If you look at the MAGA politicians, look at this. Nancy Mace is like about SNAP. They're making sure that, like, poor people who get SNAP can't buy sodas. That's the only thing they're doing. It's like, are you shitting me? The entire economy is in the tank. The whole fucking world is crumbling. And they are, like, worried about, like, sugared drinks. Like, that's what they're doing. They're fighting to make sure that people on welfare can't buy sodas. And it's like, bro, really? That's your pressing issue? Like, nobody fucking cares, man. You know what I'm saying? Gas is $5 a gallon. Soldiers are dead. Supply chains are broken. Prices are gone up. Shrinkflation's in action. Homes are foreclosing at record rates. Farms are going bankrupt at record rates. The sky is falling. Trump is brain dead. The Epstein files got hidden. And all the GOP is worried about is like, man, the poor people better not buy soda with SNAP. And like, yo, dude, like, what the fuck? Dude, so all of the MAGA people are like, fuck the GOP, dude. You know, I mean, I'm serious, guys. If we voted, think about this. If we vote the Democrats in 2026 and we vote the Democrats in 2028 and we take power back and the Democrats did this, where all they did was focus on like soda with Snap, I would fucking burn them to the ground myself. I would absolutely burn them to the ground myself. Dude, Steve, go shoot. Let's go, baby. You know what I mean? There's no way I would be livid. And let me just go on the record, guys. You know what? I don't care if poor people buy soda with Snap. Why do we tell poor people what to spend their money on? Whether they buy soda with Snap and food with cash, or food with cash, or food with Snap and soda with cash, who cares? Right? I mean, I don't want them buying cigarettes or alcohol, but if they're going to buy some soda, poor people deserve to have some soda. Let them have some fucking soda. Fucking idiots. And you know what I said here was like, can we make it so Congress people can no longer buy alcohol with their per diems? Because Nancy Mace takes her daily per diem and you know she like, oh, chugs it up. Bro, like who cares, dude? Look at this shit. This is what they're focused on, dude. Like soda. They're focused on soda, guys. Give me a fucking break, dude. Right? Focusing on soda. There's no way, man. No way. All right. Dude, I'm going. All right? I don't know about you guys, but I've got to go. I'm going to go make some videos. Thank you. Tonight was a great show. I appreciate you guys. Dude, I think, here's the thing, guys. It's about control. This welfare shit is about control. They want to just be able to control the poor. And I don't know why they do that. I mean, for me, guys, I would be far more concerned with what the government contractors are spending their money on, right? The guys that are getting billions of dollars. If somebody gets $100 worth of Snap a month, I don't care what they buy with that. Dude, they could trade that shit for drugs, and I don't care. Like, who cares, man? Let them go, bro. Right? But I do care what Elon Musk spends his fucking, $30 billion on. Right? Yeah, it's so dumb, bro. I know, he's building a ballroom. A balls room. All right, you ready? You ready for a dance, dude? Let's get a dance going, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's time, boss. Thank you, guys. Dude, we had a good crowd tonight, boss. And I'm sorry we didn't get to Melania, but I'm gonna research the Melania and we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that good. I want to cover her. Dude, Melania needs some good coverage. She does. We'll get to Melania tomorrow. Are you ready? I'm ready, dude. Be best. Be best, motherfuckers. Dude, who told her off, dude? Somebody told her off. And they actually said be best. Dude, who was it? Who was it? I feel like it was a comedian. Was it Jimmy Kimmel? Somebody told her off. And I can't remember who it was, but they actually said to her, be best, after they fucking told her off. Dude, be best live stream. Was it Kimmel? Just the tip. All right, you ready? Let's go. Oh. All right, I'm getting into it. Here we go, baby. Little deja vu. Thank you guys for all the support. It's been crazy, guys. Crazy. Let's get that dance going. A dance party. Dance revolution. Dude, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's go. Oh.
They have a lot to say, but I've known. Been here before, yeah, I do recognize the title. There's marble floor, and I don't need my eyes to see what lies behind that wooden door. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. See it like things will turn out okay. Everything lately, I'm feeling so familiar. Coming on greatly, it's feeling like a million. I've been here before, yeah, I do recognize the talent of this marble floor, and I don't need my what lies behind that wooden door. Ooh, a little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. Ooh, a little time with you and I can see it like. Ooh, a little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. Ooh, a little time with you. See it like things will turn out okay.
Let's go!
I'm coming up slowly. This feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy. Notion that I will make it out somehow.
Oh, that's right. It was 𝗪𝗓𝗄𝗎𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. That's right. It was Hakeem, dude, who did it. Who said, you need a hug, be best. Yes. Dude, Hakeem is coming alive, dude. I swear, I don't like 𝗪𝗓𝗄𝗎𝗓𝗓, but dude, he's been kind of like fucking waking up a little bit and being sassy and like talking some shit. Yeah, we'll look at that tomorrow. Well, I need me too. All right, guys, I'm gonna go make some videos. I'm gonna go fucking have a little bit of salmon. I'm gonna make some videos. I'm gonna get ready for a big day tomorrow. big day of video making. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, be radiant. Good night.
I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together.